Alright, it's pre-release day, and we're going to be opening up some new Magic product today. What I have here is a set booster box of Streets of New Capenna. This box is being provided by 401 Games. If you're interested in purchasing any gaming-related items, maybe some Magic cards, you can head on over to 401games.ca, and if you use promo code 8thPlaceDave, you'll save 10% on your purchase of any Magic the Gathering singles. They're a pretty great store, and I definitely recommend checking them out. So, let's take a look in here. It's a pretty interesting set, I think. I think there's lots of powerful cards in here. Historically, I haven't really been a big fan of multicolored sets, but there are a lot of cards in here that I think I'm going to end up playing. And one of these is this Box Topper, which I think is actually a pretty awesome card. In the past, the Box Toppers have been kind of hit or miss. Yeah, this is a Box Topper, right? Yeah, I should say the Box Toppers are the Buy a Box promos. Kind of the same thing. But this one in particular I feel is very strong. Let me just take it off this thing. I'll leave it there. And I've seen a little bit of this product opened already, and it seems like in these set boosters, the list slot has been greatly improved. I'm interested to see what kind of cards we'll get from the list. I know there's probably going to be at least 3 or 4 of the Secret Lair Stranger things, the redone versions of them. And we got this different style of showcase art. It's pretty neat. I'm going to try to separate the commons and uncommons. Alright, starting off pretty nice here. I'm going to call it a Naya Triome. That doesn't say either of those cards on either of those words on the card here anywhere, but I think that's how a lot of people are going to refer to these. Because it's Naya colors, and it's from the Triome Cycle of Lands from Ikoria. Anyway, these are pretty great lands. It bothers me that these aren't called Triomes. It's just weird for half of the set to be called that, and half of it to just be called whatever. Jetmir's Garden. I believe this is called Cabaretti in this set. Alternate name for the, the Naya colors. That's neat. Signed one. And yeah, got some new full art lands. Those are pretty neat too. And we'll put those up there. Planning to go to the pre-release. Is that common or uncommon? I think that's common. Yeah, planning to go to the pre-release in a few hours today. I think it should be fun. I'm gonna see if I can play the Cabaretti family, I guess is what it's called. Charm here. Professional Facebreaker. How's that for a card name? Card name aside, this is a very powerful card. Sack a treasure, exile the top card of your library, you can play it this turn. So many things that make treasures. I mean, this makes treasures, but so many cards make treasures nowadays. So let's have a cool stuff pile. That could potentially go into cool stuff pile, but we'll start it with this one. What is the list? It's a dog token. Such a good boy. Interesting. Foils. Lots of blue cards in this pack. Unlicensed Hearse. Interesting. Ogre Warrior. Not really sure what the good uncommons are in this set. Like, I think there's a counter spell. I don't think it's this one. I think there's a different counter spell that's potentially a good uncommon. Hormilla. There's a mythic All-Seeing Arbiter. Avatar. I haven't seen this card before. Let's see. 6 mana, 5/4 flying. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, draw 2, discard 1. That's pretty good. When you discard a card, target creature opponent controls gets -X, -0 till your next turn, where X is the number of different mana value cards. Different mana values among cards in your graveyard. That's pretty powerful too, because there's lots of different ways to discard cards. You can see why this is a mythic. And this foil Cabaret Charm. So you also got a different foiling process in this set too. There's the gilded foils, which look pretty cool from what I've seen. Spara's Adjudicators, okay. There's another one of the lands, nice. Zayatora's Proving Ground. Pretty sweet. So, in case you might be wondering why these lands are so good, it's because they have 3 of the land types on them. So you can find them with your fetch lands and things like that. Also, cycling 3 is pretty relevant. So those 2 things definitely outweigh it coming into play tapped. It's hard to tell the difference between the common and uncommons in this. Mysterious Limousine. So here's a foil showcase site or corpse appraiser. This is a regular foil though, not one of the gilded ones. This card's pretty cool. Security Rocks. You can potentially play, a 5/4 for just 2 mana if you got some treasures. Obscura Charm. Maestro's Diabolist. Focus, please, camera. Whatever. Where's this one go? Here. We got a Vampire Scrivener. And a Rune from the list. I don't think that's a big hit. Could be wrong, but anyway, it's a mythic from the list. It's cool. Be sweet if we could get a Exquisite Blood, maybe an Anointed Procession. Those are some pretty big hits from the list now. Neat swamp there. Tenuous Truce. So there's one of the commander cards. Card from the new Capenna commander deck. Wait, can I open it like this? Yeah, I can. Interesting. A regular Corpse Appraiser. It's a pretty good card. Got a Lord Xander. There's another mythic. This card is really powerful. Oh wait. There's mythics. and list. Foil Dusk Mangler. Alright, so here's our first secret lair retrain thing, kind of. So these are, whoops. There was the secret lair that had the cards from Stranger Things in it. And now you can get those cards, just not in Stranger Things flavor. So this is the same card as in that, just it has a different name. And those appear in the list slot now. They appear pretty frequently, actually. I've seen some people confused as to, you know, what these cards are and why they're in that slot, but that's what they are. It's like in the Magic Universe versions of out of the Magic Universe cards. So I imagine at some point you'll be seeing cards from the Walking Dead secret lair like that, and also probably from the Street Fighter one. A Black Market Tycoon. Drop to that one. Looks like we'll have a list card in here though. Pretty neat. That's one of the planes. Brass Knuckles. There's another mythic there. Jetmir, the Big Fat Cat. Pretty good though. Another good card. And a Piers Whim. That's actually a pretty good card to get from the list. Very playable. From Battle Bond. And a second signed one. Getting lots of charms. Soul of Emancipation. And Incandescent Aria. I think there's one card I'm looking for is the Green Enchantment that lets your lands tap to create treasure tokens. That seems it seems like a pretty powerful card. Mr. Orfeo the Boulder. Alright. A rare here. Another rare. That was a pretty decent looking treasure token. There's that Plains where we got the art card for it earlier. Out of the way. Ledger Shredder. My piles are getting pretty messy here. Something like that. There's a neat piece of art there. A forest. Dialogue readers. There's a regular art of the box stopper. Cool. So is this? Yeah, this is a gilded foil. Raffine Scheming Seer, and this is a mythic at that. Whenever you attack target attacking creature, connives X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, it's textured too. It's pretty sweet. I think it looks like on average you get 1 or 2 gilded foils per box. So that might be the only one in this box. Void Rend is a pretty good card. Destroy an online permanent, can't be countered. I have to spend 3 different colors though to play it. A little chat. A structural assault there. What does that do? Destroy all artifacts. Does damage to each creature. Results in artifacts put in the graveyard from battlefield this turn. Doesn't seem that exciting. Fish token, that's pretty cool. Grizzly Sigil. Nice, that's a pretty good hit from the list too, Sidisi. Very popular card in Commander. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, it seems like they've potentially removed the bulk commons and uncommons from the list, which makes me quite happy, because like, who wants those cards? It's almost like a feel bad moment because you're like, you see you got a card from your list and you're like, hey, that could be something good, and then it turns out it's like, you know, a bulk card that you wouldn't even play in your draft deck. I used to say that I would prefer if all of the cards from the list were good cards that have, you know, some amount of value or desirability, but maybe just make them appear less frequently, like have less list cards. I'd be okay with that. A nice Titan of Industry, that's a cool one. Some mythic there. This building's gonna beat you up. 5 mythics plus 1 from the list. And here's another one of these Secret Lair Stranger Things cards. Cut your losses. Target player mills half their library rounded down, but you can copy this with Casualty 2. That could be a pretty good card. Now big mill cards tend to be popular ones. Here's a foil showcase art thing. Citizen token. Feels like in set booster boxes you tend to get like 1 of each just regular foil land from, you know, any set basically. Fairy Vandal. It's a reprint from Throne of Eldraine, I believe. Hostile takeover. Ooh, a second gilded foil of the Corpse Appraiser. Once again, it does look pretty great. It's like incredibly shiny on the the border bits there. That's gonna go into cool stuff. Not used to opening the packs with the side opener here. I rarely find myself with I guess these are ones from the Japanese printers. It's another one of the commander cards and something cool behind it. All-Seeing Arbiter. The alternate art one there, so we got two of them now. Unleash the Inferno. Wizard token. That was a cool crocodile. Xander's Lounge in full art there. That's pretty sweet. It's another one from the land cycle. That's definitely going to go here. A Devilish Valet. Tainted Indulgence. And another one of the Secret Lair Stranger Things cards. That one opened pretty nicely. Cool foil full art land there. They're cool lands, but I don't know, I just kind of feel like in comparison to the Kamigawa ones, like it's gonna be so hard to follow those up. We'll put this here. Suspicious Bookcase. That's a reprint from something. I don't remember which set. Getting down to the last few packs here. I got 6 left, I think. Seems like a pretty decent box. A couple of good hits from the list. Got a, what am I at? 6 mythics. Plus 1 from the list. A couple of gilded foils. 3 of the lands. Got this Ginny Fae there. And a Rhino Warrior. Just gonna open it this way. Maestro's Ascendancy. A cool angel token. Not sure what makes that. Tenacious Underdog and Toulouse Clever Conductor is a foil rare. That's cool. Just gonna put that in the rare pile. Cemetery tampering. Neat. It'd be nice to get one more of the land cycle. I feel like that's what probably most people are looking for from this set. This is a very nice cycle of lands. It's one where, you know, when it was originally printed in Ikoria, didn't really catch on right away because they're lands that come into play tapped all the time. But they've definitely crept up in price. And at this point, they're quite desirable. There's a mythic from the commander deck. And another one of the Stranger Things cards. We got one pack left. Rare, nice, that's awesome. A fourth one of the lands, so I got 4 different ones here. And do we have something from the list? Yeah. Days Undoing. Yeah, that's a pretty good hit from the list too. I will take it. Alright, so I feel like this was a pretty good box. I feel like I've opened, you know, a pretty good string of good boxes recently. Just like usual though, I'm gonna try to put together the cool stuff and give you a look at that. I'll be back in a second. Alright, so here's all the cool stuff. It's a little bit hard to judge at the moment because it's still pre-release time, so you know, prices and things like that are a bit all over the place, but I feel like this was a very good box. So in terms of regular mythics, like mythics from the set proper, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then we've got 1 mythic from the commander decks and 2 mythics from the list. So that's what, 6, 7, 9 mythics total. This one is quite interesting because it's one of the gilded foil mythics. And currently this is sitting at, you know, quite a high price, but once again, because of pre-release season, like it's hard to tell where that's gonna settle, but you know, it looks cool anyway. Days Undoing is a pretty sweet one to get from the list. Also, like I was saying, how it seems like the list is being improved a lot from this box anyway. It seems like that's probably true because we didn't get, I don't believe we got any commons or uncommons from the list. This thing I'll point out, I guess I got 4 of these cards from the Stranger Things Secret Lair, so it seems like these are quite common. This one I guess is a mythic, but like I don't really count that as a mythic. These are a couple of good cards from the list as well, Sidisi and Piers Whim. Got these 2 other cards from the commander deck, so that makes 3 cards total from the commander decks. Only 1 foil full art land, which is kind of interesting because you know, even in Kamigawa, I think you would typically get 3 full art, like 3 of the fancy foil lands, and those lands, you know, they're pretty pricey. They're quite desirable, but these ones, to get just 1 in a box, that's kind of going back to you know, the old style of full art lands when they started bringing those back in Battle for Zendikar. I believe you would typically get 1 foil full art land in a box. This foil rare here, and then 1 other gilded foil. So I got 2 gilded foils in this box. This is an uncommon one. Also looks pretty sweet. And then these cards here, like I was saying, this is probably the thing that people are looking forward to most from the set. Well, some people, this is what they would be looking forward to most, is this land cycle, but 4 different ones, one of which is the full art version. You know, gotta be pretty happy with that, right? So yeah, I'm quite happy with how this box turned out. Like I said, I'm going to be going to the pre-release later today. Looking forward to that. So if you're going to a pre-release, let me know how it went, I guess, because after you've seen this video, maybe you've already finished it by that point. Let me know what you think of the set as well. I think it looks pretty interesting. Like, wasn't sure what to think of it at first, but I feel like it's another one that's going to end up growing on me. Anyway, though, if you're still watching, thanks for watching. It'd be cool if you can like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. And I'd just like to thank all the patrons who support me on Patreon. But otherwise, though, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. This video is brought to you by 401 Games. Visit 401games.ca and use code 8thPlaceDave at the checkout to receive a 10% discount on your purchase of any TCG singles.